And dude, we're all YouTubers.
Okay.
We're all YouTubers. We've all had everything told us. Racial slurs.
Yeah.
You have small dick. You're bald. You have chicken legs. You're
It's
ugly.
nothing.
You're too black.
You went to
We can't
Japan
see
because
you.
you can't get American girls.
Sorry,
you're a loser,
We can't see you.
blah, blah,
You just have to get used to it, right?
Darkness. Because losers, their opinions don't matter. A loser's a fucking loser, and they're gonna lose.
Damn, I just literally just said that right now. Look at that. Listen to what I said. A loser's opinion doesn't matter. Listen, shout out to Mr. Johnson. Literally, look, the universe is speaking to you, bro. I just went on that huge monologue right now, and then I play the video back, and I say exactly what I just said now. A loser's opinion doesn't matter, so don't fucking matter what these bums think about you.
Had everything told us. Racial
Yeah.
slurs.
Yeah.
You have small dick. You're bald. You have chicken legs. You're
It's
ugly.
nothing.
You're too black.
You went to
We can't
Japan
see
because
you.
you can't get American girls.
Sorry,
you're a loser,
We can't see you.
Cardio.
You just have to get used to it, right?
Darkness. Because losers, their opinions don't matter. A loser's a fucking loser, and they're gonna lose. And sorry, I mean,
Never
no
hurts.
offense to that girl, but you got like clearly. We should put a poll in the audience. Like, was her behavior good or bad? But we already know what's gonna fucking, like. It's just like it's literally common sense not to act like that, and blatant break for social norms only for her own personal regard, which is like female solipsism on crack. And it was just, made it uncomfortable for everybody. Nobody likes to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myron?
We all like the other bitch I left, the Chriselle girl.
Yeah, I mean, she was even triggered too. She was giving me a headache as well when I told her to leave. Like,
But
she was like,
cool.
she tried to use the bathroom after. I was like, no, fuck out.
No.
Like, I'm not like. It's amazing to me how like when I tell a girl she's got to leave, she tries to use the bathroom. I'm like, no,
Yeah, facts.
the fuck,
You're out.
like you get out. Like, it's amazing to me because we talked about this earlier. I've had guys on the show and I tell them to get out. You know what happens when I tell a man to leave? He
Leaves.
gets out immediately.
Frank Castle
Doesn't
be
say
out there.
nothing, whatever. But women, however, they just stick around. And I've always said it, it's because women don't really understand the concept of violence appropriately. Because a lot of women haven't been punched in the face by a man. I'm not inciting
And they
that a woman should
stay.
get punched in the face by a man. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that a lot of women aren't aware of the violence that a man is
We're
capable
not
of.
used to it.
Yeah. So my thing is, it's
agree.
2022, obviously, and that's very shunned upon. It should be. But this girl sticking around and everything else, doing all this other bullshit, it's very obvious that she's not been held to any type of real standard, or held accountable for her bad decisions.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question for ladies. I'm going to spin it back around. We'll start here and then work our way back. Do you think women in today's day and age society respect men?
Nope.
On average. Start here.
You know
The
what?
authority of a man.
As far as my personal, take, my personal opinion, what I've been through, no. I don't think men respect me.
It was the other way around.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't respect them because they don't respect me. Initially,
We're not talking about you. We're talking about women in general.
In general, okay.
These girls are so retarded, man. Like, it's funny how girls just make everything about them. Like, everything. Like, you could be watching a movie and there'll just be a female character and she'll be like, that's me. That's me.
It's not
Women in
about
general-
you girls. Listen to what we're asking. Do you think women in general in the United States of America respect men? Yes or no?
This is tough because you're telling her to not be herself, talk about herself.
Well, I gotta think about how this makes me feel.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. This is the second time I've told you this, by the way.
No, I don't think women respect men.
Bingo.
In
I don't
general?
think.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't think women respect men. But I also think it's vice versa. So
Okay. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think women in general respect men?
I'm going to say no, and there's no blanket answer for all men, but I think that is because a lot of men in this day and age don't do things that are respect-worthy.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, can you?
Don't do things that are respect worthy. The thing that blew me away, right? Because I live in Japan, right? And so here, you just respect everybody because respecting people, and I do say this later, respecting people is not about the other person. Respecting people is about respecting yourself. That's the true meaning of respect. Respecting people is not about the other person. It's about you. Showing respect for yourself, not being an uncivilized vagabond who's just running the streets wildly like a stinking baboon off the National Geographic's channel, just acting like a fool, nobody wants to deal with that. And that's the truth.
Can you line some of those things up that you think
Example?
men don't do?
I mean, I can name a million, but do we have the time?
Name your top two. Name your top 2 or 3. That works.
I don't think that men hold the same standards that they used to in like a certain day and age. I don't think they're necessarily chivalrous or polite.
Okay.
It's different behavior these days on both parts, but I think it goes both ways.
Okay, interesting. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you think women in general respect men nowadays in today's day and age?
No, I don't think women now respect men at all. I think they're taught not to.
Bingo.
This black girl's smart.
I think society is kind of telling them, oh, be your own boss, do this and this and this and that. So it's like they don't even have to have that kind of respect for men who do, have respectable things about them, I guess. I just think, society teaches them not to. So I just stick with
society.
that. American society,
Okay.
Western society,
Western society.
yeah.
Okay.
So I agree that like the disrespect goes both ways from each side, but I do, with the whole it's more recent notion that like fuck men, I hate men type of thing, that is becoming like people do have to chill, because at some point it will go overboard and people will start to actually think like that, and there are actually good respectable men and there are good respectable women too. So but I if I were to pick, it's what I said, with the whole thing about hate men, I do think it needs to chill.
Okay. Now let's go to the couch real quick. Couch, we'll start with Miss Espanol. What do you think women in general respect men in the United States? Yes or no, and why?
Lately I've been seeing it, and I've been wanting to talk about it right now. And the perfect example is the girl that just left.
Yes or no?
Not only did she no, lately they don't, because not only do they disrespect men, but they're not respecting themselves by disrespecting men.
This girl, I'll say this, right? So I know a lot of people will write her off as dumb because, talking like the hip hop talk, whatever, which if you talk like that, I'm just telling you guys, it's giving you a strategic disadvantage in life. Clean up the way you speak, okay? Nobody, especially of higher prestige and shit like that, nobody wants to deal with someone who talks like they're straight out the hood. That's not racist. That's not whatever, okay? That's the facts. Just like I wouldn't want to deal with some fucking hillbilly coming out there, hey, like you gotta fucking talk properly and communicate properly, because the way you communicate with people is a reflection of yourself. And people are going to judge you, whether you want to or not. They're going to judge you. However, that being said, she is dropping some serious bombs right now, okay? And the reason she gets it, right, Cody's in the house, says the chick may be a train wreck, but she gets it. And the reason why she gets it is because reality has been forced upon her. How has it been forced upon her? She's a single mother, and the dad fucking pieced out and left her alone. And now, when you have a child at such a young age, you can't, like, this little rugrat right here, this one in the orange, she's like an entitled little brat. Because in society in America, they constantly lie to women. They constantly gas them up. They constantly brainwash them into thinking you're superior, yet you're a victim. All men are trash, yet you need a man. And the only man that's going to satisfy you is the most perfect man, period. And he's got to be handsome, 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, 6-figure salary, 6-inch dick, right? And the girls are just chasing this fucking dragon that doesn't exist, getting pumped and dumped all the way to the grave as they chase this elusive man figure. And I know that may sound like harsh or coarse or whatever, but that's fucking truth. That's what's happening right now. These chicks are delusional. Delusional. Anyways, let's go back.
Because girls will, like, I've seen it a lot in my homegirls, my friends, like I've seen it. And girls will take the abuse, but they won't leave. So you're taking the abuse, but you're still there, and you're disrespecting him by making it worse by staying instead of just leaving.
They're disrespecting themselves.
Exactly.
At the
So
end of the day, yeah.
Orange shirt.
just leave him alone, and that's
Question for
it.
you: is that why you left your boyfriend? Kind of because like you started losing
I feel like she was projecting too. Let me see.
respect for him, and you
Because
realized
I
it.
just leave. I'm not the type to stay. If it were for another girl, and even though it hurts,
Let's keep it 1,000. You did stay with him for a long period of time, though. We talked about this on the last
because
show.
I have a kid with him, and it's different. And I tried, and I got tired. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna deal with this shit, and I'm just gonna go. But for example, his exes, they've always stayed, and they've always like made him like. And sometimes when I see cases where like the guy like hits the girl, most of the times it's because girls aggravate them and they don't leave. They keep staying and they stay, and it's because they let themselves go by their emotions. They're very emotional and they love them, and they'll cheat on them and hit them and
Okay.
abuse of them, and yeah.
All right. So in general, you think women don't?
No.
Okay. Ms. Orange, do you think women in general in the United States or in the West in general, developed countries, respect men?
I think nowadays men need to earn the respect.
So pretentious. I wanted to throw my microphone at her when she said this. I think men need to earn the respect. No, dipshit. Okay, I know you're 20 years old and you think you got it all figured out, but no, guys. Respect is a standard. Okay, it's a fucking standard. You have to be a respectful individual. Here's why, okay? This is what she's not, because this is a symptom of fucking delusional woman 101 here, okay? She's saying men need to earn respect. So what happens if she disrespects the wrong guy and he's having a bad day and he has a fucking gun on him and decides he wants to pull a gun out and shoot her? Oh, we need to ban all guns. And what if he has a fucking machete on him and he decides to give her a fucking haircut? You can't just go around disrespecting people or saying people need to earn my respect. That is peak arrogance, peak ignorance, and peak delusion. Okay? Period. And it just shows that you're a shitty individual. Men need to earn my respect for what, bitch? So you're just going to go around disrespecting people you feel like are unworthy? What are you, fucking, what are you, like a medieval king? And the thing that really is just like peak level disgusting is how confident she is in her smug arrogance. But here's the thing, guys. I've learned this the very, very hard way. Arrogance never, ever pays off. In life, arrogance, all it does is you're just letting your guard down. You're letting your guard down, and statistically speaking, you're going to get caught at some point.